Human history is marked by moments of sudden disruption: wars, pandemics, financial collapses, environmental disasters, and technological shocks that reshape societies in unpredictable ways. From the fall of ancient civilizations to the 2008 financial crisis and the COVID-19 pandemic, global crises often appear to arrive without warning, even though in hindsight many warning signs were present. This raises a compelling question: can we actually predict when the next global crisis will hit? We need to understand what a global crisis really is. A global crisis is not just a local disturbance, it is a large-scale disruption that spreads across multiple regions, affecting economies, political systems, supply chains, or public health worldwide. These crises are often interconnected, and economic shock can trigger political instability, a pandemic can disrupt trade, and climate events can amplify resource conflicts. Because of this complexity, predicting them is far more difficult than. One of the most important tools humans use to anticipate crises is data. Modern societies generate enormous amounts of information every second: economic indicators, satellite imagery, social media trends, disease surveillance reports, and climate measurements. With artificial intelligence and advanced analytics, scientists and policymakers can detect patterns that might indicate rising risks. However, data alone does not guarantee accurate prediction. One of the biggest challenges is that global systems are highly interconnected and nonlinear. This means small, seemingly insignificant events can trigger massive consequences, a concept often referred to as the butterfly effect. A minor financial failure in one bank, a localized conflict, or a small mutation in a virus can escalate into global disruption under the right conditions. Another limitation is uncertainty in human behavior. Crises are not purely natural phenomena, they are often driven or amplified by human decisions. Political leaders, corporations, and populations react in unpredictable ways. For example, during economic instability, panic buying or sudden withdrawal of investments can worsen conditions. Similarly, during health emergencies, misinformation or lack of compliance can accelerate spread. Despite these limitations, there are early warning systems designed to identify potential crises before they fully develop. Climate scientists, for example, track rising global temperatures, melting ice caps, and extreme weather patterns as indicators of long-term environmental instability. Financial institutions monitor debt levels, inflation rates, and asset bubbles to detect possible economic downturns. One of the most studied areas of crisis prediction is pandemics. After experiences like SARS, Ebola, and COVID-19, global health organizations have invested heavily in surveillance systems. Genetic sequencing technologies now allow scientists to track viral mutations in real time. Wastewater analysis can detect outbreaks before hospitals become overwhelmed. Financial crises present another major challenge. Economists have developed models that analyze credit cycles, housing markets, and investor behavior. Some researchers argue that financial bubbles follow recognizable patterns before collapse. However, in practice, markets are influenced by psychology, speculation, and sudden external shocks. Climate-related crises may be somewhat more predictable in the long term. Scientists can forecast general trends such as rising sea levels, desertification, and increased frequency of extreme weather events. However, specific crises like a devastating hurricane, wildfire season, or drought are still difficult to time precisely. Climate systems are influenced by countless interacting variables, making exact predictions challenging even with advanced supercomputers.